Okay, this one, I don't know where we're gonna go. DMX or Tupac?
That's actually easy for me. DMX.
I gotta ask why.
Oh, God.
You know what?
Don't make him.
All right.
And look, DMX right there.
Yeah. He's ready for you to tell the story.
No. I mean, Q's might need to be here. Like, see, it's like this. Like, and certain people are gonna understand exactly what I'm saying. A lot of people are not gonna understand exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like I was around Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gotta talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, she was with me when we met. It was at a festival on the lake in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? We wound up hanging out an extra day.
And what Pac is this? Is the Pac where he run the hat?
Digital Underground Pac? Is it Death Row Pac? Holla if you hear me,
before
Pac.
Death Row Pac,
He got us some weed.
It's definitely Digital Underground.
Okay.
Pac, though.
Okay.
But he definitely got us some weed. But I feel like at the time he was kind of
transitioning to solo. It was Holla if you hear me, Pac.
He was about to transition.
Brenda got a baby, Pac.
That's where he was.
Definitely showed the story, Pac.
He was Brenda's got a baby, Pac.
Okay.
That's where he was. He wasn't.
He was no longer a backup dancer for Digital Underground.
Right. Because he
was Tupac.
Yeah. He wasn't. Backup dancers aren't going to grab, having somebody grab your ounce of weed.
Yeah.
Right. Friends got a baby, yo, go grab my man some weed. That's the Pac we met. Because he was loud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I got love for Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of love for a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? But if I may, sometimes time bolsters the myth. Sometimes time bolsters what is good, and sometimes time diminishes everything else. Pac was he was multifaceted, but he was far from intimidating. He was far from what people paint him as on a daily.
That's interesting to say.
Pac was very diverse. Some days he was an asshole. Some days he was a brother to look up to. Some days he was a kid to slap in the back of his head. He was all of them things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all depending on who you were would be
what brought it out of him?
How you viewed him.
Right, got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my word. Like, everybody think they real till the real step in the room, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew who to go at, in my opinion. He in my opinion, and it's not a shot at him in no way, or his gangster or his lack of. You know what I'm saying? But cats have an understanding of what they're doing when they do it.
He was calculated doing those.
Very calculated. Very calculated. And a bit of an opportunist on a certain degree. I had love for him, and I think we respected each other for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But we had a couple of run-ins a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like one time at Trafalgar Square, we performing in Queens. Trafalgar Square holds about maybe 3,000-4,000 people. Now it's in the heart of Jamaica. So the lineup is The Legion, Biggie, and Tupac. That's the lineup.
Wow.
Right? So Tupac is headlining, and The Legion is opening. And how did it go, Q's? Y'all was no, Biggie was opening. Then there was supposed to be Pac. Now, because if it holds 4,000 people, it's about maybe 3,900 dudes in here. Straight grimy, straight hood. You know what I'm saying? Pac is mad nervous. And when I say nervous, he mad nervous, like, yo, like something's gonna happen here. There's too many niggas in here. This, that, and the other. Yo, I'm gonna jump on with Big so I can get out of here. And I'm like, yo, hold up, man. Wait a minute. Like, yo, the Legion is a new group, man. Like, if you jump on with Big, everybody gonna think that's it, and they're gonna be heading to the door. Like, at least, you know what I'm saying, let my dudes rock, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I said, if anything, if we need to switch or whatever we need to do, I said, but don't jump on with Big and then just be out. Like, it's almost like he almost playing a little bit, but at the end of the day, I don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, yo, nah, cats, you know, like, I don't want to catch any flack for anything. I'm like, yo, my dude, if you act cool, niggas is gonna act cool. If you act nervous, niggas is gonna be acting nervous. If you act like there's an issue, your energy is gonna let there be an issue. But if you act like we a bunch of brothers that came together to hang out with you, then that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, he's just mad nervous, right? So we all getting ready for the show. Now, mind you, he's being held down by Stretch, E-Money Bags, Young Guns.
Live Squad.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Live Squad, Young Guns. But just say, like, this is family. This is my family.
Right.
More than his.
Right.
He doesn't realize this. You know what I'm saying? And I've never spoken to it. You know what I'm saying? But I've been in the room with Stretch when he's sleeping till the sun came up. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, I done hustled, like I done been around cats eons. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real New York cat. But cats wouldn't know it because, you know, all they heard was Carolina. It's all good. So he's gonna jump on. The promoter's like, yo, Pac is gonna jump on with Big, man, and it's gonna fuck up the set for y'all. I hope that everybody stays. So now I'm a little disappointed, and I'm like, yo, dude, like, you really acting kind of bitchy right here. Like, yo. So I go in the back in the dressing room, and whereas had it probably been anybody else, they probably couldn't have got by niggas. But these is all niggas I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what up? E, what up, Stretch? What up, niggas? You know what I'm saying? So I walk right up to him. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yo, we already talked, this and the other, like, you know, like, and he's just acting like he's turning his head, like, you know, like he doesn't wanna, like, just be accountable for what it is. Like, yo, we together. Why you always gotta fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my head, it's like certain cats are loud sometimes when they don't need to be. And I've probably been guilty of it. In this moment, I felt like he was guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, you know, like, yo, my dude, like, you know, like, you talk a lot of shit that, you know, like, that you don't necessarily walk all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of press him a little bit in front of niggas, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's kind of stopping, looking. And he still jumps on with Big. And he's ready to get out of there and this and
that's
the
not that night of the legendary freestyle with Big.
Nah.
No. This is
He jumps on with Big, and before, as he's getting off the stage, as him and Big are getting off the stage, before they could get off the stage, I run up on the stage. Before people start turning around, because like I said, no one even knows who the Legion is. No one even knows I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Bringing them out. So I run up and I grab the mic, and I was like, yo, that was cute. That was real cute. I was like, but y'all ready for the real show? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I wasn't the shit on Big, and I wasn't even the shit on him. But that was just to say, like, yo, don't be leaving the energy all fucked up. Like it's us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in here gonna get hurt but us. If you're not controlling this shit, if you're not on, but I get mad at the natives for the same shit. But if you're not controlling the shit you talking about controlling, then what the fuck is you doing? Don't leave shit fucked up for us. So I jump up on stage. I'm like, yo, y'all ready for a real show now? Yo, y'all heard of the league? You know, so I got cats turning around, and Q's will attest to you. Like, Q's was there when I went in the dressing room. You know, niggas was like, oh shit, did that just happen?
That's crazy.
But you got to understand this too. Pac is my size. He's smaller than me.
D, you left out, not to interject. I don't know where you're going with it.
Just come in, motherfucker. Let's break the rules, man. Just come in.
Come on.
You got the let's just do it. Come on. I wanted to finish with quick. You drinking too now, nigga. You volunteered to drink too now.
I told you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck it up anyway, man. Don't blame me.
Come on.
All right, because I don't want it.
Yeah.
You bring up Tupac's name. It's like.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell it. It's kind of hard to tell something if it's not.
So what happened in that night? Like, I understand what Dres is saying. Dres he had this image, this aura, and how he moved. It was fights.
Right.
That's the part you left out.
Yeah, maybe he felt a vibe that he
fights.
was like
Queens niggas was getting it in.
Right.
This corner, that fight would break up.
Right.
This dude over here, he got cut in the face.
Right.
And Big is deep. His Brooklyn dudes.
Right.
We deep with our Bronx dudes.
Right.
So we like, this is normal.
Right. Yeah.
By the 5th fight, Tupac was like, I'm ready to get out of here.
Right.
And that's when Dres went to say, Dres was like, yo, put this energy out like you tough and you ain't scared. Like why you leaving? What's going on? This is normal.
Wow.
And that's what I wanted to put in it because Dres left that part out. My baby was fighting in N.O.R.E.
No, love.
Just to say, like,
say,
because Q's was, Q's was privy to a lot as well, like to all walks, and
he was around some real dudes,
right?
Money Bags is our people.
Money Bags from Left Rack.
He
raised me.
He came out and told us before, by the 3rd fight, he was like, yo, he's ready to get out of here.
Right.
And then that's when Dres went back there, like, yo, I'm gonna go talk to him, because we was cool with Big, and Big was like, this is normal, dude.
Right.
He was like, this is normal. Niggas is fighting. This is what niggas do.
By this point, I don't, this is well after me meeting Big. I done seen Big around, and like I said, we not cool, but we respect each other.
Right.
Like we don't have each other number, but ain't no time that we see each other that we don't stop and talk for a few minutes.
Right.
You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we young, we got a lot of testosterone. So, we wasn't really intermingling crews a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody kind of stood on their own.
I know
he know. I know, because
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, because y'all was standoffish too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it was. I think as we got older in the industry, we became more understanding of we share space with strangers. We really not strangers.
Right.
We might not. Me and you have never spoke on a phone. Right. Me and you met one time, very briefly. But me and you aren't strangers.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why do we look at each other like that? Like why is our energy like that when we young? You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the problems in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get twisted.
It still is.
Still sharp as steel. But at the end of the day, don't get twisted. Yeah. We should be able to verbally joust without question.
Right.
As a matter of fact, it should be mandatory to get some of these dead weight out here. But just to say, at the end of the day, like we taking a TV break. What we doing?
What the fuck was that, Boris?
But Boris got that's.
Nigga started playing shot music.
With his drum call. That's.
I was like,
Boris.
I was like, Shine Time.
Carl Thomas? I was walking through the door.
But you know what I'm saying? But I wish. One of the things that's really, that we grow up and we start really seeing is how they systemically divide us.
Let me say one thing because I want to get through this real fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You and Pac. How did your relationship end prior to his death? Because that was one Pac, right? A lot of people say that it's like 10 different Pacs, right? Like there's some people who be like, what? That's the most positive brother I've ever seen. And there's some people who be like, that's the most negative brother I've ever seen. And there's some people that be like, that's the most wildest brother I've ever seen.
He kind of explained that.
That's the softest brother I've ever seen. So how did you ever link with him again after he went on death row? Like after he got on death row? Because it seemed like he was a different dude when he got on death row. Did you see him after that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Pac was multifaceted.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, like sometimes I adored him sometimes in conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have a conversation with him was very dope, was very cool. And he
even after Death Row Pac?
After Death Row Pac, I think he had an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And
let's remember that was a short time.
Yeah,
it seems like a long, but his time at Death Row was very short.
Right. And there was a lot going on around that too. That cats, I think, sometimes don't put into the equation.
Because he had a vendetta against New York. Did you?
For me, he was always solid with me, but I think a lot of that I was a lot younger, so I was like a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you wasn't a kid when Pac He was on death row.
But why do you say he had a vendetta against New York when he was trying to do death row?
Because he had fuck New York records. What do you mean?
But he said fuck New York?
It's well documented.
Wait, did he say fuck New York?
What?
I mean,
in Cali, we do the chucks and not valleys. That's right. What do you mean?
That's fuck New York?
That's fuck New York. We wear chucks and not valleys. That's right. What do you think that meant? Hey guys, we're cool. No,
I mean, he was champion Death Row East. With Eric B.
He was the same with me. Like, I don't know. He never gave me that type of energy.
I don't think he was champion Death Row East.
I think there was people that he was against.
Right.
Death Row East, is that even a thing?
No, it was a thing.
Really?
It's a weed.
I mean, it was a
right
thing.
now.
No, it was a thing.
Jungle. It's a weed.
It was a thing.
I mean, how many records?
Ask Eric. No, they didn't do anything. It never got off the ground. It never got off the ground.
But that's where when Pac and Nas supposedly met in Battery Park in New York City, that's what supposedly the picket signs were saying, because I believe they hired a lot of West Coast people that was with them, but they also hired people that was in town.
And he was down with Duck Down as well, heavy.
Yeah, they was insourcing. So you know what I'm saying? So they had people that was like actually from East Coast.
Yeah, they had it out. Yeah, they were trying to do an album.
East Side. Yeah.
One Nation album with Duck Down, with Buckshot and Black Moon and all those guys. So I mean, I don't see it as clear cut as fuck New York from him. Absolutely, I don't see it.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah. That's because he attacked Queens, man.
Yeah. No, he didn't attack Queens. He attacked New York.
He definitely did.
He attacked New York. Listen, at the end of the day, if I got beef, and listen, because I'm not dissing Pac, but I'm actually a fan of Pac, but I can't deteriorate history. I can't change history. At the end of the day, if I got beef with this cup, right? I got beef with this cup. The minute I say the cup and Ciroc and Aguardiente and Ace of Spades,
everything that goes in the cup,
everything that goes in the cup, that's bad, because at the end of the day, these guys could be talking to them and say, yo, chill, Cup. Like y'all can work this out. They can work this out, Cup. But now when you say fuck him, and fuck him, these guys' conversation with the Cup now is different. Right. They saying forgive him, but I don't really. If you don't, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got at me. And
I know a bigger Cup. You smash that nigga.
Because you know the crazy shit. You know what the crazy shit is? I was just listening to Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg said he had the newfound of respect for Fat Joe when Fat Joe actually stepped to Ice Cube in Farrakhan's house. They're all in a place of peace. They're all in a place of, no one's doing nothing in Farrakhan's house. Just to be clear. Like niggas is gonna break you up, put you in the pretzel and the full Nelson like you never been in before. Trust me, I've seen them do it.
But Fat Joe stepped to who?
So he stepped to Ice Cube because this is when Ice Cube was in the West Side Connection. So Snoop, this is Snoop's story, by the way. Snoop just describes it as, like, Fat Joe stepped to him and was like, yo, I was disappointed. Like, we held you down when the West Coast homie shitted on you and you came to New York and you let Chuck D and the people,
the Bomb Squad,
Bomb Squad produce this shit.
Wanted,
How the fuck could you do this? Like, how could you do that? So Snoop said, wow, like he had a whole new kind of respect for that. So that's what I'm trying to say is, like, Pac ran with y'all in New York. Like, he literally hung out. I mean, I was in the same sectors. How did it feel when he just...
I was bumping to him, though, but I would see him slipping a little something, though.
What I'm saying is, how did it feel like him... Because, like, he got a record called... This was crazy the other day. I was just walking, and I listened to a record called... He got, ain't nothing like the old school. And he breaks down New York with Skelly and how the parties. And I'm like, this is really a New York nigga. Then the very next record come on, California Love. And I believed him in both records. I said, holy shit. This is a West Coast nigga too. I started trying to do my West Coast dance.
You was crip walking?
I ain't gonna say I was crip walking, but it was like something like it. You know what I'm saying?
You obviously believed him in Juice too.
You don't want to go there.
A lot of people say he changed after Juice. He took on Bishop as that character.
So when you seen the Death Row Pac, it was a different type of energy?
Yeah.
You said it was the same energy even in Death Row.
I mean, when me and his relationship, always the same with me and him. But we never, you know what I'm saying?
One of the last times I seen Pac, he's in the Diamond District. I'm by myself. He's like with about 15 dudes. Some of the dudes he's with, I don't think he realized he knows who he's with.
Brooklyn people?
Brooklyn-ish.
Okay.
But a couple,
Okay.
a couple of heads that definitely.
I understand.
If he wasn't shopping if everybody wasn't shopping, he was out of pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if and those that know why. You know what I'm saying? Like like you don't. Wolves aren't show dogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't run with wolves acting like like you taking a walk in Central Park. That's not what wolves are for.
Well, Central Park's a little rough now too.
Yeah, it's not that rough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's running around the Diamond District, and I'm sure he's getting whatever he's getting that for his new walk. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when it was the punched out Uzi rings and the stuff that was from Canal Street that like that you really couldn't even really get in the room that the cats I knew was in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
I'm not trying to shit on you, it's just the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like and that's not to shit on him to say we all start where we start from and we all grow to become
Spade Q?
We all grow to become who we gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of things that I'm trying to say. Like Pac didn't understand certain things just about New York culture that a record wasn't really gonna facilitate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like you in the Diamond District with cats that come to the Diamond District to sell what they just took.
They just stole.
You know what I'm saying? And you come in there spending a ridiculous number, in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And like those are the things that like those are the little things that aren't little.
Right.
That he would do regularly. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I've seen Pac do many things like that. Right. Many, not, and that's not to shit on him.
Right.
And that's not to say that he wasn't solid.
Right.
Pac, he was a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, sometimes your little man needs to get checked.
Right.
Sometimes your little man needs to get punched in the chest. Not all the time. Sometimes your little man puts you on point. Sometimes your little man checks you. Like he was all of that. You know what I'm saying? I just hope people can understand that because people only look at him as one thing. And when you put somebody on a pedestal, it's almost like when you found out, Martin Luther King was getting some side ass.
I was happy.
Yeah,
he deserves some side ass.
I was happy.
I was happy. He deserved it, man. He said he was turning the cheek.
Real quick, this is all.
You ain't know what cheek he was turning on, y'all.
Everybody's perspective.
Come on, y'all. He was in front.
And unfortunately, he's not here to speak for himself.
Right. Talking about Pac and Martin Luther King.
This is a young Pac. This is a young Pac that didn't mature like the rest of us are lucky to mature right here.
Same with Big.
Same with Big. Absolutely.
And that's why I don't say anything out of respect.
Right.
When people revere him, I don't tell them some of the things that I know that might be in contrast. I don't really share those things because he's not here to have had the opportunity to become everything that they think he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like thank God we got the opportunity to go forward. You know what I'm saying? Like to be better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was for Pac and Big too.
Right.
That was for them too. You know what I'm saying? And like the bullshit that took place. You know what I'm saying? Like
so we're gonna move on because this is
I'm gonna move on.